said, what could ever be worse than a ship with its captain digging a hole right inside its belly? It kind of got me thinking that there is no way that that ship could ever get to where it is going. Literally, the water is going to come into it, and the very captain that is driving it is going to sink along with the ship. It's important then to think about this. Now, most of the time, we often believe that people are the ones that are sabotaging us. People are the ones that are hating us. People are the ones that don't want us to succeed. Now, that kind of becomes a one-sided way of thinking. Have you ever thought about the fact that you could be sabotaging your own success? You could be sabotaging your own progress. You could be hindering your own great life. Now, in the subject of self-sabotage, it's like somebody walking around with a time bomb that they've worn themselves, and they have their own trigger. There are many people like myself, many people like you, that could be thinking, what is she talking about when she's talking about self-sabotage? There are people, and there are many people that actually walk around destroying their own relationships with the people that they live with, destroying their marriages, destroying their own businesses, destroying their own careers, while they are so convinced and they are so self-thinking that they're actually doing the best for themselves. How do you identify self-sabotage? Now, look at yourself, look at your life, and look at people around you, and you need to start to see what role do you play in making your life the best that it can be. What role do you play in the broken relationships that could be existing in your life right now? What role did you play in your unhappiness? And when you start looking at that, then you start to be more focused and more internal about yourself and about the things that are happening in your life. Who do you look to when you're having trouble, when you're having some kind of confusion? Perhaps it's time you stop looking at other people and start looking within yourself. Who am I? What do I want? What do I not want? Because most of the time, we answer the question of what we want without answering the question of what is it that we don't want. Now, when you know what you don't want, you will know exactly where not to go, what not to speak, what not to think about yourself and about the people around you. Now, there are so many people that have a great life ahead of them. As a matter of fact, I believe that success has room for everybody in it. There is no one that could be left outside the boat of success. But many of us don't actually make it to the boat of success because we are busy sabotaging ourselves in a way of how we think, of how we talk, and how we simply make decisions on a day-to-day basis. For example, somebody makes a decision to wake up and go and make a change in their lives. But somebody makes a decision to wake up and sit and watch the sun go up and watch the sun go down. Those two people are both given life. They are both given a breath to breathe, but they have made two different decisions on how they are going to live that one day. How you live now, any second, any hour, is a decision that you make. It's not a decision that is made by other people. Someone might just start to say, now, how is it that it's not a decision that is made by everybody or people around me or my family? Because we can then walk a long distance crying and saying, my family never did this for me. My family didn't send me to school. My family, my dad, my mom, and all of those things that we can say. My friends sabotaged my business or any other situation that you might have found yourself in. But I would like you to take a step of change today and decide that I am not going to think about what somebody else has done, but I'm going to think about me. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to do me. And I will know 3 things about myself. What do I want? What do I not want? And where do I want to be?